don't think it's been handled effectively enough to get to the crux of the problem in a way that makes sure communities aren't covered in shite, but at the same time that the issue of waste disposal is handled effectively. Now, I am an advocate for the privatisation of waste disposal in the country, however, not selling everything off by in bulk to one big company. What I intend to do is bundle together and package the resources that the state has in terms of bin lorries and recycling centres and selling basically the template for a ready-made business off to individuals and different communities. So everybody would know that, the personal touch would be very key here to making this work. So say if John buys the tap, right? That's John's dump. John owns the dump's John's child, right? Then everybody knows whenever they have to throw the rubbish away, then they can go at any time. And John's the man to get it sorted out. Now, I'd be happy to offer John a tax incentive for a broader responsibility of keeping the town clean. If the town meets regular guidelines in terms of the environmental hygiene and cleanliness of the local town, then John will have a tax incentive and a tax break on the business itself compared to other private firms in recognition of the service that this is to the country. So you might not make as much out of these businesses that you would out of every other business, but at the same time, given the service it does to the community and the reduction that it creates in public expenditure, as well as the facilitation of freeing local government up for other purposes, I think this is a very good way to handle the effective privatisation of waste disposal in the country. So basically, we bundle up everything we have, we sell them off in different parts to different people in the country. It's in the paper, everybody knows who their one contact is. Now, if John wants to offer a home collection service, that's entirely within his right to do that. However, at the same time, you don't just have to sit and wait for the following Tuesday for the rubbish man to come and have your house full of rubbish until then. You just basically have to take responsibility for your own stuff. You throw it in the dump, you pay your euro or whatever for a bag or however much John wants to charge, and that's just the end of it. See this rubbish of waiting for the government to tell you when it's time to get rid of your rubbish. I mean, that's a joke. That's a bad national precedent in my view, not to mention the huge amount of money it costs, as well as see them local councillors. They will tell you gladly, 8 out of 10 of all the calls they get, it's just bums, right? Now, I know it's an important issue for people and all the rest of it, but at the same time, given the other proposed reforms I have to free the local government up for other things. So I think this will be a very welcome development we will make, and our Minister of the Environment will be very keen to work and make sure that the certain markers and standards are met with regard to the state of each town, because obviously nobody wants their town covered in shite, which I can understand, and I'm happy to do what I can to ensure that doesn't happen, but I don't believe that it would. We may impose a certain, given the element of public service that's at play here, and given the potential markup that you have from waste disposal, because it is potentially a lucrative business if somebody else out all the time gathering stuff. You could make yourself a few £1,000 a week if you were keen enough, in a decent enough area. It's not, it's something for which there is a never-ending supply and a never-ending demand. So, I mean, it is a privilege if somebody's able to buy a business like that at an affordable rate. Well, it is a huge privilege. So if somebody's not going to use that opportunity in the way that we want, it is something that we would potentially review every year as to how good a job somebody's doing at a federal level. So we will, that would be my proposal for the privatisation of waste disposal. So keen to hear your thoughts. Goramila, my Hogov.